Grace, back over to you.
All right, Dan, this is going to make you feel a little old, maybe a little inadequate. It's making me feel old too. We got local boy Richard Matsui. He was awarded Forbes 30 Under 30. Now, this is for his work in the solar industry. He's the CEO and co-founder of Kilowatt-Hour Analytics. And you can see he's in this magazine of Forbes for 30 Under 30. You joined the likes of some amazing people. How did you find out about this?
Yeah, actually we found out over the phone, and it was just very surprising, to find out something like this, but we've been really honored to have that sort of award.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you joined the likes of Lucas Duplan. He is from Klinkle. He developed the digital wallet for the smartphone. There are people who handle billions of dollars in investments. And you're here, local boy, with Kilowatt-Hour Analytics. Tell us a little bit about your company and what exactly it does for the solar industry.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. So the solar industry, as you know, in Hawaii and globally is just completely taken off at this point. But one of the problems is that there's still a lot of things we actually don't know about solar. Is it true that the Chinese panel brands work just as well as the Japanese? How about the European ones? So all these sorts of questions can be answered, through the data. So we work with multiple companies to pull data from thousands of solar power plants, pull it all one place, and then answer those kinds of questions using these analytics.
So when you say work better, do you mean produce the most energy?
Yeah, right,
okay.
Right. So making sure that we get as much juice as we can for every solar panel.
Okay, so in school, what you study math? You study science?
No, I'm actually trained to be a diplomat. Actually,
you did?
From the Foreign Service. Yeah.
And then how did you get in? How did you start this company? You said you started it just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, so I was based in Asia, working for solar companies out there for a couple of years, and I noticed that there was just so little data to actually verify, is that question I just teed up. And so one of the things we could do is I had my co-founder. My co-founder is my freshman year roommate, actually. All the way back then. And so he was doing his PhD in physics. And so I just called him up and said, hey, I think I've got an idea, can you help me out? And that's how we got started.
You're 28?
Right.
Where do you go from here?
Just keep working.
You've already done so much.
You just got to keep working, right? I think it's as with anything, right? You just put a lot of time to it and hopefully it takes off.
Okay, so now that you've been named as Forbes, one of their 30 Under 30, do you get to go to New York, you said? There's a trip planned?
Yeah, so they have a couple of events where they just allow these different kids, I guess, to all come one place and just talk about the different projects we're working on. It's a very fun experience. Oh,
well, that's amazing. Congratulations to you. We're so proud of you. And I'm sure we'll have to remember your name for big things to come in the future.
Thanks, Grace.
Okay, thanks for being on our show. Richard Matsui, remember that name. We're going to be right back. You're watching Sunrise on KGMB.